Cereal time, cereal time, cereal time, whoa.
What's up, cereal heads? Today we're going to talk about Quisp. Of all the cereals out there, I think Quisp is the most requested one I've gotten from people who watch Cereal Time. We have to go back to 1965 when Quisp was first introduced by Quaker Oats. The ad people at Quaker Oats reached out to Jay Ward again, the man behind Captain Crunch and famous cartoons like Rocky and Bullwinkle. They wanted an ad campaign that would pit two rival cereals against each other, and two classic characters were born.
The Quaker Oats Company will now introduce two new cereals.
I'm Quisp, the crisp new cereal from outer space.
I am Quake, the power cereal from inner space.
So Quisp was an alien from the planet Q with a propeller top on his head. He was voiced by Dawes Butler, who also did the voice of Captain Crunch. Quake was a burly, muscle-bound miner from the center of the Earth. He was voiced by William Conrad, a fairly well-known voice and film actor. The campaign was simple. An adventure would befall either Quake or Quisp, and the hero would have to deal with it, only to have the other character turn up at the end and heckle him. A pattern that you probably recognize from the Count Chocula and Frankenberry commercials that would come years later. Now, Quisp was a great character. He had this crazy, kooky way about him, and his voice and personality were really funny.
He did it!
Quake, you're sweet.
And I've got vitamins, too. Get Quake!
First time I ever saw him use his head.
Here's an old Quake box from the 1960s. You can see it says it's the vitamin-powered sugary cereal for Earthquake power. On the back of this box, you can send in for a Quake paint set. Both of these cereals came with really cool premiums, including Quake and Quisp dolls you could send away for, and little plastic toys. Now, the rivalry between these two characters was entertaining, but market research showed that kids saw the big burly Quake as a bully. So in 1969, they did a TV spot where Quake went into this machine and came out new and improved. Slimmer, less intimidating, and wearing a cowboy hat. Despite this change, he was still the less popular of the two characters. And in 1972, when the kids were given the opportunity to choose which cereal they liked better, they chose Quisp, leaving Quake to slink away into the shadows. So what about the actual cereal? You can see that Quisp was shaped like little flying saucers. Quake's cereal was shaped as what I assume to be little gears. But it should be noted from a flavor standpoint, both of these cereals were practically identical. They both tasted similar to Captain Crunch. So when the kids were choosing, they obviously just voted for which mascot they preferred. And even though Quisp was the favorite, it was later discontinued in the late 70s due to low sales. It popped up again in the 80s and the 90s for brief periods, and in 2012, Quaker Oats reintroduced the cereal again. Now, there have been conflicting reports as to whether it's still available or not. I personally haven't seen it on any of my grocery store shelves, but there are boxes out there with 2014 expiration dates, like this one. So there you go, that's what a bowl of this classic and popular cereal looks like. It's so good. Very similar to Captain Crunch, but it doesn't shred the roof of your mouth as much. So if you do spot a box of Quisp cereal out there, pick it up. It's a delicious classic cereal, and there's no telling when or if it'll be available again. Okay, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay crunchy.
Oh! Quisp is best. Get the point?
Cereal time, cereal time.